What's up? We're back. Connor, Shawn, we're probably the most famous people in your apartment complex, you know? All right, episode 11, big question from Scott Davis. He tweeted us like 3 times, so we're gonna give him all the love. He's gonna get all
Scotty,
of our attention for the show.
We got
he
you
actually
back,
just
Scotty.
tweeted us right now saying, I'm waiting, laugh out loud. So his question was, why is it that the stuff that I'm doing on the range isn't transferable to the golf course, or when I get on the golf course, I'm not having the same elation or the same amount of success that I think that I should have based on how my practice sessions are going?
Right.
So, you want to take that?
You want me to take the lead off and then we'll pursue? So, number one, a little neurology 101 for you guys and gals. A human being can hold on for a sensation for a certain amount of time, 9 to 14 seconds, all right? So you're on the driving range and you flush a gorgeous shot. So you set up to your shot and you're going, I wonder what's going to happen today. So you're in a wait and see proposition, and you hit a nice golf shot and say, oh, that felt pretty good. So then you rake another ball within that 9 to 14 seconds and you deliver through another shot with that same feel. Mm-hmm. Now this, if you're grooving a particular sensation and you're trying to reinforce in your golf swing, that'll work for a bit. But then you switch clubs and that 9 to 14 seconds goes away and you come back with another club and then you skank one. And you're going, okay, that didn't feel too good, and you rake another ball over there and then you skank another. So you're thinking, whoa, what happened? Where did my swing go? Well, now you're perpetuating that same bad, ugly feel into the next shot. So it can work both ways. Mm-hmm. Bottom line is, when you get on the golf course, mm-hmm. you got 5 minutes between shots, 3 minutes between shots. So you have to find a way to reset every time. Mm-hmm. Leads me to, if I can interject something, you hear a lot about you want to have the same routine, you know, on every shot. Mm. And well, let's look at what the purpose is for, let's say, your practice swing. So the practice swing is meant to get you the right feel for the shot that you're trying to make. So if I wanted to play, let's say I got an 8-iron in my hands, I want a smooth 8-iron right there. So I'm looking for the feel of a nice smooth swing with that 8-iron. So before the swing actually begins, that's what I'm trying to do, okay? So I use a practice swing. I'm going, yeah, that's the feel I'm looking for. Some people say, well, if you take 2 practice swings, always make sure you take 2 practice swings. Yeah. Well, then what if you take the first practice swing, it feels great? Go. Exactly. So you're not going to waste your time. You go, oh, okay, I need to do a second practice swing. Then you make a second practice swing and stick it in the ground. Then you go, well, wait a minute. Now I'm confused. I'm supposed to take 2 practice swings, but I don't have a lot of confidence getting into the shot. So the bottom line is, if it feels good, step in there and go ahead. And deliver, yeah. Another thing to add to that is, you know, when you go to the driving range, depending on where your attentions are, there can be perceived to be more or less consequence when you actually go on the golf course. You hit a bad shot on the driving range. Let's say you've been playing the game for a little while. More often than not, you hit it pretty, you know, you can make contact with the ball when you go there. We're going to address people that are so brand new to it that their only focus is making sure that they hit the ball in a second, but yeah. There's really no consequence for hitting a bad shot on the driving range. You'll just hit another one. Before you pull the trigger on the course, you know, your brain's taking in everything that it sees about the shot. It's trying to perceive risk and reward before you pick a shot. And what comes along with that is if you pick a shot that's you know, going to give you a big reward, well, there's probably a big risk associated with that. So your brain is forever on the golf course trying to figure out, you know, is this worth it? Yes. Right? And then if you're really in a pickle and you're trying to make sure, then that's going to give you a ton of tension in your swing, and there's no way that you can perform with that kind of tension. You go to the driving range, it's like a second serve in tennis. Right. Right? The first serve, you say, I got a second serve coming up, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it a rip. Give it a rip. Okay, so Shawn, what does Scott Davis need to do in his practice so that the skills that he has are a little bit more emotionally transferable to the golf course? Yes. So when the golf course presents a challenge, he can get a little bit more out of his own ability. Well, Scotty, we need a full routine. So you need, first and foremost, if you're on the golf course, you basically have a target that you want to send the ball to. So when you're on the driving range, always pick a target and always pick the kind of shot that you want to hit. So if, let's say, I'm going to hit a low stinger that we had in the past show with my 8-iron, I play the ball back, and I'm going to start it there, and I'm going to end it there. So I want to feel a nice delivery, a nice low delivery in the direction I want my ball to start. So when I'm looking down here, I already have a feel. Yes, that feels like it's going to go low and in that direction there. And I'm ready to execute that feel. So now I feel like the setup matches the picture because I picked the picture first. And now I got a very specific sensation that I'm going to send into that picture. The best chance you have, and this is really key, you can't find the perfect position for that swing. They've done research, amazing research, on how humans learn motor skills. And in one of those research papers, they actually put a human brain under a PET scan to see what parts of the brain would light up when they were doing a motor skill. Mm-hmm. And they repeated the same motor skill over and over. It was actually a putt that they did. And they noticed that the brain patterns were always different, which means that your brain is constantly adapting for the next shot. There is no such thing as perfect or automatic. So now you're going, well, that's off my back now. I don't need to find this perfect position. If you were, now you got that monkey off your back. So what's your best chance? Well, in order for me to deliver nicely, I want to feel a low strain, nice velocity, little whip in that direction, and see what happens. That's it.
Okay, we're running a little long. Grab a coffee, come back. We'll continue to talk about this. We're going to address more specifically in the next video people that are so brand new and they're just trying to hit the ball at the range. How do they have a little more success every time they go out to do that?
Perfect.
Boom.
See you then. That'll be good.